The Starbloom Climb. In the Valley of Maybe lived two friends, Zest and Tempo. Zest was a creature of sudden sparks and bright bursts, always waiting for the wind to whistle just right before he started anything. Tempo was a creature of steady rhythms, who moved with the quiet tick-tock of a clock, regardless of the weather. High above the valley sat the Needle Peak. Every 7 years, the great Starbloom would open its petals at the summit, casting a light that could grant a single wish. "We must go," Zest cried, his eyes glowing with excitement. Tempo simply nodded and began to lace up her sturdy walking boots. Zest didn't need boots. He felt a rush of energy, a great feeling that told him today was the day he could fly. He didn't pack a bag or check a map. He simply took a deep breath and shot toward the mountain like a streak of lightning. "I'll be at the top before the sun even blinks," he shouted. Tempo watched him go, then looked at her own feet. She had a plan. She would walk 50 paces, rest for 10 breaths, and repeat. She did not look at the shimmering summit, for it was too far away to think about. She only looked at the next 5 feet of trail. By mid-morning, Zest was halfway up the mountain. He saw Tempo far below, moving like a tiny snail. He felt so good that he decided to do somersaults and sing songs to the mountain goats. "Look at me," he laughed, zooming in circles around Tempo as she trudged upward. "You're missing all the fun." But by noon, the great feeling began to change. The sun was hot, and the trail became a series of gray, boring rocks. Zest's legs felt heavy. The excitement that had carried him like a wave had pulled back out to sea. He sat down under a stunted tree. "I'll just wait here," he sighed. "I'll move again when I feel inspired." An hour passed, and then another. The rhythm of thump tap grew louder. Tempo reached the stunted tree. She didn't look fast, and she didn't look excited, but she was moving. She saw Zest yawning in the shade. "How can you keep going?" Zest called out. "The mountain is miserable today. There's no magic in the air at all." Tempo stopped for her 10 breaths. "The mountain doesn't care how I feel," she replied softly. "And neither do my feet. We have a deal." Then she took her 51st step. The sun began to dip behind the horizon, painting the sky in bruises of purple and gold. Zest tried to start again, but without the great feeling, every step felt like lifting a mountain. He struggled and stumbled. Meanwhile, Tempo reached the very last ledge. She stepped onto the summit, just as the Starbloom began to glow. Much later, when the stars were bright and the bloom was beginning to fade, a tired Zest finally reached the top. He sat down next to Tempo, his breath coming in ragged gasps. "I almost didn't make it," he whispered. The fire went out. Tempo wrapped a corner of her warm blanket around him. "The fire is a wonderful gift for the start," she said, "but the rhythm is what gets you to the finish."